Good morning, Lions fans, one and all. We got the Wayne team coming in. Good morning to all. Let's go, Detroit. Lions won pride. Kings of the North Division Championship title. More depth on the roster of signing safety CJ Moore and defensive lineman Kyle Peko. Absolutely. I think that's exactly what they are. It's depth, camp bodies. Remember, we carry 90 into preseason, so I think we got like maybe 80 on the roster right now, so we got room. There's room for these guys that you sign for cheap that don't count against the cap. We brought in two, not one, but two quarterbacks now to try out at camp. Trey Dean is the other one. So I'm interested in anybody but Suckbelt, so that works for me for the QB3. Hop on in. Enjoy the show. Let's get that intro.
Charles here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out New Cat Bodies by Jeremy Smokkin.
That's right. It is Lions Talk with Smokin' Jeremy B. We are live. It's another blessed day to be this side of the sod and upright. I got my coffee. Let's talk a little football. CJ Moore, if you remember right, prior to the whole gambling thing that he was involved with that got Cephas and JMO in trouble that year, he actually had one of the biggest punt fake runs we had. You guys remember that? Flipped the field for us. We were way deep in our territory. We went for it. It was ridiculous. It was one of the first ones Dan Campbell did. And he ran for like, God, I can't remember if it was 27 or 37 or 47 yards, but that was him. He was that guy. And everybody's like, make him a running back. Oh, okay. Well, anyways, he got caught gambling. Him and Cephas were supposed to be out indefinitely, minimum a year. Well, they got the year. Cephas is on the Bills. And this guy is here. He's back with us. So if you think about some of the losses we had and the special teams losses we had, it makes sense to bring him back because he's a camp body that might be able to provide some depth if anything happens in case of injury at the position. But he adds value because of his special teams value. Peko, I don't know if he cracks this lineup. He couldn't crack it in Tennessee, and Tennessee kind of had a weak front seven for a minute. So I just think it's a camp body. He could be here and gone by the end of preseason. I don't think it's going to matter much. He was once touted highly coming out of college, but he never really lived up to the hype. As a lot of people don't. Remember, the bus rate's 38% regardless of position. First round, second round, whatever. The bus rate is 38%. So just a little over 2 out of 3. So what else you guys want to talk about? I think I think it's good that CJ Moore gets another chance. I'm glad they reinstated him. I'm glad they reinstated Cephas. Maybe he can go back to what he looked like his rookie year before he started getting hurt all the time. Who knows? He had a year to work out. He evidently didn't gamble, or they wouldn't have made him. Sorry, missed last night. Watch Tom Brady roast. Nikki Glazer was incredible. No, I didn't watch the roast because, well, Netflix is overrated. But it actually aired live on Sunday night. But last night we talked about a couple of things, but it wasn't that big a deal. Top three, nothing will top the old ones. I'm sorry, you give me the old ones. It's got Johnny Carson, Dean Martin, and all those guys, and the humor that was allowed then was better than what's allowed now. Yeah, we added Peko, uh, Kyle Peko from Tennessee. It's a camp body. The Friars Club idea got stolen. Yep. The problem is they got to air them on those streaming services because they have less restrictions than broadcast television. Oh man. Other than that, I got some big news. Starting next month, Smokin' Jeremy B is doing back-to-back shows. I'll be live on here at 11, but I also go live again at noon on a Roku channel. I was picked up by an NFC North group. So as soon as I have the channel details, I will post it in the community chat on YouTube and also on my Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions podcast channel. Bigger and better things are happening all the time. Also in talks with an agent to get somebody on as a guest. Another connection I made from the draft. Hey, alls I know is that being single since Hefner died, I think I single-handedly have kept the lotion and Kleenex companies in business. Well, when you do big things, I'm sorry, being at the draft, as I was one of 3 podcasters there, but all 3 podcasters that were there were reporters before they were a podcaster, not podcaster before they were writing. So that's the big difference. You know, I went in the opposite direction. I wasn't a reporter. I wasn't an analyst. I wasn't any of that. I was just a guy who talked football. I was a talking head here before I ever got into writing. And the writing started happening literally. It was that game versus the Ravens when the 66-yard field goal happened. That was how I got into writing. That game right there made me write a review. Yeah, and I mentioned our defense was porous and how if Marquise Brown didn't have hands like Eric Ebron, they'd have beat us by 24 points. But he did have hands like Eric Ebron. He dropped 3 wide open passes where he'd have had touchdowns or at least a first down. But that play never should have happened. It was the greatest kick that never should have happened. You do, Will. That's how you get in. Credentials are easier to get if you're actually a writer and being published. You have an avenue. Ex- And I'm not saying to exploit it, but work on your grammar, your spelling, and get that. Eric Whitson, good to see you, buddy. Go Lions all day long. It's great to see everybody watching. We already got 12 people. Go ahead and hitting the like. We're going live into the Lions Villain Squad. We're also going live into the finally the kneecap biting with the Motor City Lions. I finally got that to go through. Got the approval from Facebook. It wasn't StreamYard doing it, it was Facebook that was blocking me. Bastards. When how far back did they push it back? Because I heard it was Thursday at 8. I would like to see Jake from the Panthers kick a 68-yarder for Detroit against Baltimore, maybe even the Amen. Oh well. May the 4th came and we weren't even live because it happened on a Saturday. So for all of you Star Wars geeky guys like me, because I watched every single one of them at least 10 times, even the new ones, even though I didn't like them. I hope the 4th was with you. And I hope on Sunday you had the revenge of the 5th or drank it, whichever you prefer. My favorite is still going to be the original that came out when I was a kid, A New Hope, episode 4. I went to the Grand Rapids Symphony present Star Wars that night. It was amazing. Oh, that's cool. Amen. I'm sorry, but for its time, that was the most advanced science fiction space movie out there. And it was much better than the one that released the same year, the hokey Buck Rogers movie that came out, mainly because the characters were more in depth. You know, I might be missing out, but I never seen one Star Wars movies. Wow. Before Star Wars, in my opinion, it was Star Trek. Well, Star Trek, the movies were good, but they actually came out after Star Wars. The TV show, the original one, I'm sorry. Boom. Are you able to help them out? You know, that the stupid pauses and how he speaks. It bothered me. And the fact that you knew he was sitting in a TV chair going, oh, ah, and then fall out. It was so fake. And literally, the doors opening on the Star Trek. was two guys behind a thing that would pull it open and go shh, because that sound effect didn't exist. That's how they had to do it. They did it into one of those sound tubes. The best alien they had. Oh yes, between Uhura and James T. Kirk. Oh boy, what a day! The phasers in the transporter was, yes, they were. The phasers was great. That is where the laser for that stuff started. Sorry, I got to respond to somebody that doesn't understand timing. But the only thing that was fake in all of it, explosions in space cannot happen. It would be an implosion. If you make a hole into a vessel made to be sealed, I don't know if I am yet. I got to put in for the press credentials, all that good stuff. Uh, I should be able to, but I don't know if I can. But at the same time, anytime there's an explosion in space, it's fake. Because if you make a hole in something that's made to be sealed, like a submarine, it's going to implode. Well, there is a lot of good and bad in Bet's games if you actually go back and you study the game tape and you break it down slow by slow. He has a great first step. He has quick feet and he's really good at what just doing that T step, which is actually more done by cornerbacks than it is by DNs. And the T step is where you're able to plant a foot, turn, and then push off and get faster in the other direction. That's how he has a good change of direction. He's also got really good, but yet could be better use of his hands. He's able to fend off. You may laugh at that, but that used to be a thing. They only got together to get busy, and that's why you always saw the kids were already grown and they didn't have sex on TV. Orlando. But anyways, back to bets. Uh, he's got good hand usage. He doesn't have much of a spin move. His spin move is good, but it's not great. It's nowhere near Hutch. If you look at his measurables coming out of the combine, the numbers line up similar to Hutch. So he's that style of player, but I'm not calling him Hutch. I don't want anybody to confuse this. Very similar 40 times. Very similar. Hutch had the better vertical. Hutch has got an 8-inch shorter of arms than Matthew Betts. Hutch has 17 pounds on Betts. So I there's a lot of similarities. And if you actually watch the game tape, they both suck spinning outside. They get lost. And it takes them out of the game because they get off balance and the tackles are able to and the tight ends are able to push them off. Um, what he does do good at is just like Hutch. He's better in the 2-point stance than the 3-point stance. If you line him up outside of a tight end, it is very hard with his first step and his quickness for tight ends, running backs, and even a tackle to catch him. So I would like us to see us use. They're not kicking Hopkins. I wish that was the case. They are actually got Trey Burks up for trade. If it's a seventh round pick to get him, I'm good with it. Yeah, Hutch had 38. Excuse me, 28 reps, and Betts had 23. So Hutch, he's got a better bull rush than what Betts has. Absolutely. But if it's a seventh rounder for Burks, because he's a big, It's something we don't have on the roster. We have nobody 6'3" or taller. If it's a 7th round pick to get Burks, I'm all in it. They're not getting rid of D Hop because D Hop was their biggest weapon last year. And now he's got a valid number 2 because Burks did his best impression of the Giants version of Kenny Galladay. Led the team in drops, was 3rd in targets, most in drops, had bad routes. I think Betts is going to be better than Houston for one reason. He has a nose to be around the football. He's very good in run coverages, and Houston is not. Houston hasn't developed that yet. But that's also because, Betts is a 5-year pro now in the CFL. Trey Burks, the one that went to Tennessee, he was a 1st-round pick. Remember, Tennessee traded AJ Brown to Philly for that pick. He was one of the guys picked in that draft. I don't really think it's Rodriguez's job that's in jeopardy, though. I think it's more Derek Barnes. Rodriguez still made great plays in the playoffs, and Barnes really didn't have any great plays but one the entire playoffs, and he's a big reason why we lost the Cowboys game. You can say it was Brad Allen and the referees, but truthfully, it was Derek Barnes whiffing on that sack on Dak Prescott. Derek Barnes he can't keep it together. He's not consistent. He's way too inconsistent for a 4th-year player. Whereas Rodriguez is going into his 3rd year and there's still a bigger cap hit. Absolutely. That would have been a safety. That was a 9-point swing. I mean, when you go to reach out and go, might as well have said, go Bears while you're at it, like Caleb Williams. Exactly what I'm saying, a 9-point swing. He never went back to starting once Jack Campbell got the spot, and I don't expect he gets the spot. He had started at Sam linebacker now, and they rotated him 50% of those snaps with Malcolm Rodriguez in the Sam. For those that don't understand the Sam, strong side outside linebacker. When we did use a 4-3 look, we added an outside linebacker and kept the 2 middle linebackers. It was kind of like a 4-3 over, where you shift the Sam linebacker to the left tackle side. But at the same time, with the bigger guys that we have at DN now, you could switch. This is why I think Derek Barnes and Rodriguez both are in jeopardy with what we added and the bigger guys we have on the defensive. Yes, sir. He's at best decent depth. He goes, for sure, JB. I don't know how Barnes missed desk. Right. I mean, his shoulder was literally within 2 inches. It brushed his jersey. I was so mad at that game. But that's what happens when you make a defensive end slash outside linebacker a middle linebacker. They forget everything they learned in college about pass rushing. He, like Jared Davis, was misused. So many free agent linebackers and we didn't move. I'm so mad at the Panthers signing Rashad Penny. Say what you want. Do you guys play the Lions this year? God, I hope we don't play you again. Because if you got Rashad Penny, expect 150 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's what he does every time he plays again. Moot me. Okay, good. Yep, 4 running backs is pretty crowded. Jerry Jones paid Barnes later. What the fuck, LOL. Well, what? Look at us. We've got what? Let's see. Let's go down the list of what we got in the running back room. Matter of fact, I think I got it wrote down here. Let me go back to my roster notes. Oh yeah, we got David Montgomery, Jameer Gibbs, Craig Reynolds, Jake Funk, Bam McKnight, Jamar Jefferson, and Sion Vaki. So we got a 7 running back room right now. Throw in Mitchell, Rodriguez, and the tight end that we just picked up in UDFA. What was his name? God. I had the list of UDFAs here too. This is why I keep my notes when I make them up. And it's not here. You son of... I know where it's at. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But we did pick up another tight end who's about 4'7", great blocker, not much of a receiver. He's another. I mean, he's about 6'7", 260. Not really. I'll go over the UDFA list again. And everybody says we signed 2 QBs today. They're camp invites. They are not signed. They are here to try out to see if they can be QB3 or QB4. Last because we're Super Bowl champs, baby. Yep. Isaac Rex. Big guy, good blocker. He's another guy that could probably play fullback. I want us to pick up Xander Horvath. He's still a free agent. He's still out there. Actual fullback. His pro comp. No. No. It's already been reported. I know. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was crazy. What kind of drink is that? This is my coffee. And this is a mug that we make. We sell these tumblers. This is the Draft 24 mug. Is that like a beer? Nope, that's my coffee mug. That's all it is. Goff, a 10-year deal. I'm even a Goff fan, but 10 years is bananas. Yep, I got this one. Let's see. I got another one, another Lions one. I got one I bought my mom, and it literally shows like a woman's hairdo, like the normal messy bun look. and next to it are little ghosts, and then there's one standing there like this, and it was my mom's Mother's Day gift, and it said, "Thanks for not swallowing us." Pike wishes 10 years. Yeah. Von Doom has changed his hours at Pepsi. He'll be here on Fridays from now on. He gets Friday and Saturday off. Thursdays is his Friday night. I mean, literally, it's got the one big ghost like this on the thing, and underneath the picture of the messy hair, it says, "Thanks for not swallowing us." These tumblers, by the way, if I have Irish coffee, I use Bailey's because I like Irish cream. I don't like Irish coffee. I'm not a whiskey person. I don't really drink, anyways. Uh, exactly, Braylon. I said that. When I meet you, JB, see special occasions are different. I will have a drink on a special occasion, and of course, we you Germans are all about the beer. I'm no Bailey's is an Irish cream, a liqueur. I don't really even like to drink beer. I don't like to drink at all. I used to be a raging alcoholic. I drank for 30 years of my life. I quit when I was 42. I used to be a social drinker, and the social drinker I was, if you shall drink, so shall I, and if you don't, so shall I still. If I get my press credentials, I'm going to every home game. And I know you guys saw me live from the media room and my pictures and everything else, but there it is in all its glory. That's my seat at the table we were at, and there's my press credentials. I told you I was going to get it framed, and I did it. Not done yet. I'm going to get a better one. That's just the one that I can. So now it's coffee, Mountain Dew, and I drink so much Mountain Dew. Am I going to an away game? I'd have to get the time off the work from doing that. And time off, I don't believe in taking time off for fun. If I become a paid journalist, oh, the German Steins are sweet. Our family crest has a lion on one side and a dragon on the other. But you know, when you Dave Eastman, what's up, buddy? So as of June, once the Roku channel gets up and running, I have a hard out. I have to be out and ready for that show to start directly at noon because it's on TV. It's not a and it's going to be a live one just like this. I'll still stream it to the YouTube. Your comments will still be put on the air. I will address everybody the exact same way. I want everybody to know I am not changing my show. The only thing that will change is there's a lot less cussing and I won't be able to use FTP as a sponsor. It is what it is. Oh, boo. It's okay. Hey, to be on it. Oh, no. FTP stays on this show. Pigeon bird Padua. As this stays on this show, FTP stays on the 11 o'clock show. It also stays on the Monday and the Wednesday night show. just on the Roku. All your regulars will still understand FTP. Yes, we can't say the words. I'll just leave it at FTP. How's that? I'll leave it as a sponsor. I'm not trying to trigger you. Trust me. I just can't use the words. F word is a big FCC no no when you're broadcast over the TV. Now, do you understand why I didn't even want to put it in there? Because I didn't want people putting the words in the chat. But because I'm going to be aired on a Roku channel, my price for sponsorships goes up next year. It ain't so cheap. And the other show that will be on, he's like, don't get me fired, people. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. You actually get censored first. Well, behave, Jeremy. Absolutely. No, fuck is not safe on network television still. It's about time, but I know the real David Pike would never say that. He's too busy going, I love golf. It's a good morning. It's a great day to be a Lion One Pride. Good morning, sir. Good to see everybody in here. Fudge the Packers Mackinac style. You can say that, but I'm not using the words. I'm not going to put it out there. Yes. Anytime you're streaming, there is a 3 to 5 second delay. Yeah, that's different. He actually had that put in his contract, and okay, I was built for this. Pike has a fat head of golf in every room of his house and a cardboard cutout with him 24/7. Morning's been a little rough with this damn truck I'm working on. Oh, okay. So he got special treatment. Fair enough. Yeah, because his show was established, and he said he wouldn't come on ESPN unless they allowed. You all have a great day on Wednesday. Go Lions. That's right. And don't forget tonight at 9 p.m. we do have the NFL Roundtable Talk. Oh yeah, we got C.J. Moore back for a year. We also signed defensive lineman Kyle Peko from Tennessee. Camp body at best. Work on any cool cars recently? Did a set of tires on a brand new Hellcat SRT with the 800 horse red eye. God damn, that was bad. That was Damati Pico that went to MSU. Kyle Pico, I'm not sure. He might have. I see Goff had some of his Lion receiver teammates out playing catch yesterday. Yes, he did. Good. I'm glad you love your new car, Will. The other one that we worked on is God, we did a Bentley. We also did God, what was the other one? Nice little Mercedes compressor. Okay, Kyle Pico went to Oregon State. Thank you, Will. Coffee down. Time to replenish my blood supply. Mother's nectar. I am fueled by caffeine. In case you guys didn't realize that. Went to Jeremy Ballrick School of Podcast. Thanks, Will. He's a camp body at best. He couldn't stay on that weak front seven for Tennessee. How does anybody expect him to crack this lineup when our talent got better? I don't like the pull punches. Thanks, Will. Got a little cold going on. Not really feeling the greatest today, but you know what? The show must go on. If I create a show, I got to do it. I literally rolled out of bed at I literally rolled out of bed at 10:49, came in, sat down, and said, "Let's go." Didn't even shave, as you can tell. I'm getting rough, a little rough. That soundboard gets me every single time because it's
Awesome!
so. It's time to start doing the sponsorships. Backed by popular demand. It's not the florist, it's FTP. What's it stand for? Fuck the Packers. And of course, we got my buddy Gloss Negron. You can find him on Facebook, 409 Hamilton Street, 989 443 9240. Use him to take care of that swamp in your car. Because he does auto detailing too. So get it detailed, get it tinted. That way it smells fresh and looks great, just like this 300 C class. Thank you, Will, for popping in. Yes, Fred is fuck the Packers. Let me tell that joke you just told. That one might be pretty decent. I asked my old pappy why he called his brew White Lightning instead of Mountain Dew. I took a little sip and right away I knew as my eyes bugged out and my face turned blue. Isn't that the line from the old song White Lightning? And last but not least, Brandon Service. Best tire service here in Genesee County. Best prices on used tires and great prices on new tires too. Call to get your quote 810-233-8230. Located at the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road to be exact. When you call to ask about the new tires, ask for George Red or myself, Smokkin Jeremy B. Mention this ad, get $10 off a set of tires. Brandon's Tires is also sponsored by Big Johnson Mud Tires. Sure is King George Jones. My personal favorite is well, it was all that I could do to keep from crying. Sometimes it gets so useless to remain. I love David Allen Coe. But I haven't done this for a minute, and I feel like we won the draft. So it's time. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver wave, stand and cheer the brave. Rah, rah, rah. Go hard, win this game. With honor, you will keep your fame. Down the field again, a Lions victory. Go Lions! Oh my God. Ricky, that's like the worst question you could ask one of us. Yes, we are. We are floating in the horrible empty space of NFL football season not being here. Luckily, we have the UFL, which is semi pro, and it semi fills the void. Not really. Sorry, Fred, but you might be featured in my FTP jokes for a while. I like it, Detroit fan man. Much love to everybody in the chat. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. It's a it's the only way to make the world a better place. You guys crack me up. You just missed it, Grandizer. I just belted it out. And you know what? Detroit Rock City. That's one of my. It's all good. Believe me, my Felicity is good enough to make its own reality TV show. Hey, I'm not. I'm right here with the face for radio, doing video anyways. I don't give two fucks. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Grandizer, for popping in. But you did just miss me singing that. But Orlando, you're absolutely right. There's a couple of songs that I like from the 1973. Detroit Rock City was one of them. And another one is by Golden Earring, if anybody remembers that one. That was Radar Love. That was a top 10 hit. Anybody remember that song? Then there was a Pat Travers band with a little ditty called Boom Boom, Out Go the Lights. Oh, no. Radar Love is a jam. It is. One of these days I'll have to load it in there and we'll. Oh, no, it's copyrighted, but it's me singing it. I wonder if I can get away with it because it was from karaoke where they change the music and they tweak it a little bit to get past copyright infringement. Hmm. I know there's no South Detroit. He was actually talking about Canton. Have a great day. Yes, you guys all have a great day too. Thank you. By the way, yesterday I said I was going to get off of here and go do my oil change. I literally did it and messaged Orlando a half hour after the show. I had it done and my hands clean and was ready for work. I go a little bit further than that because I like classical. So I listen to Tchaikovsky, Rachmaninoff, um, Beethoven, Bach, NASCAR fast. It's a 4-cylinder. It only holds 4.5 quarts of oil. So all I need is 5 quarts and a filter and a wrench and a drain pan. Happens when you used to run a shop, an actual oil change shop. But guys, it's been a great day. Looking forward to talking tonight with you guys and possibly getting some more fans in. Um, I'm waiting to hear from that agent if I get the big interview I want in the next couple of weeks, and it'll be a good surprise for all of you. You guys will be riveted at who I get because I don't want to jinx it. I can't say the name. And no, I don't have his signature. So let's start there. Have a great day, everybody.